That was rude. Not your business, you say. Aaron's expression falls. He looks away, staring out the back of the cart at the starry night sky. He pulls his knees into his chest and wraps his arms around them. Okay, sorry I asked. I like shrugging things off, but I'm more subtle with shrugging things off than this guy. This guy just went and he was blatantly rude. Okay. So I think I'm going to tell the truth. I do not want to hurt Aaron's feelings. I kind of already like him. I like him even though I've not seen him. But I like the impression he gives off. And he's like, he wants to be friends. No problem. I want to be friends too. And besides, I like information. And when I tell the truth, I get more information. Nice. I mean, I could lie and get more information, but that's another time. For this guy, For this guy, I think it's best to just, be nice to him. The cart trundles on. You and Aaron sit in silence for some time, jostled to and fro by the bumps in the road. It might be your imagination, but it seems to be getting worse, as if the higher you climb, the more worn out the road becomes. Does anyone come here anymore? Where are you going? The winding path hits a steep incline, and you hear Henrik muttering to the oxen. You could swear he asks them to stop complaining. The beasts still intimidate you. Though your family had pack animals of your own, you have never seen anything like them before, landing in harness. Still, after a few weeks of traveling by cart, you've gotten used to them and their cute, squishy faces. You can understand why Senrik, as much as he grumbles about them, is very fond of them. I like horses, but I've never seen oxen up close before, but I think they're also cute. So I agree with you. Do you know much about the Wayfarer order? Aaron asks after a moment. He's a conversation starter. You know what? I think Aaron is more like me than the character that I'm playing, which is Flint's Eye, the custom character. Aaron is more like me than I'll call him Flint. You shake your head. I never even heard of them until Senrik showed up. You pause, rubbing the back of your neck with your hands. You're stiff all over. You want to get out of this cart. Do you know much about them? Sure, yeah. They come through Teridia all the time. Everyone knows about them. They're warriors, or hunters, or something. They deal with the things no one else can. People respect them, but they also stay away. Let them do what they need to do. They do all sorts of things, but they are different, and some people hate them for it. Because they don't have magic? Yeah. Interesting. No wonder you fit them so well. You don't have magic either. Okay. Like Wayfarers, you don't have magic. Not a hint, not a spark. And neither do I. But nobody in the world has magic. It's not that it is simply absent either. Plenty of people have weak magic, but still manage to get by. You, on the other hand, are immune. More than immune. Enchantments break around you, spell work fails. You can cause a lot of problems simply by existing. No wonder you were ostracized. There's a word for what you are, but you can't remember what it is right now. Magianus? Magiani? No. Something else? You had family members call you a curse. Oh, wait a minute. I thought our family liked us. I thought it was the family that loved us. Okay, never mind. Regardless, your natural immunity is the reason you're here. It's why Senrik traveled all that way to seek you out. No matter how hard you try, you will never live a normal life. I'm thinking you can live a perfectly normal life without magic. I'm living one. Except I'm not immune to magic, I think. And then again, nobody has ever really tried to play magic on me, I think. You chew a fingernail and watch Aaron carefully. Your childhood taught you to be cautious about who you revealed this information to. Some were indifferent, others pitied you, and some tried to kill you, probably. You swallowed the lump in your throat. You'd rather not think about that. Okay, wait. So 2 options. Option 1, admit you don't have magic. If you're headed for the Wayfarers and you don't have magic, then maybe the same is true for him. Nod and keep quiet. He doesn't need to know anything about you. I'll choose option 2. Okay, he said, nodding. You fall silent. Aaron hugs his knees even closer to his chest. I wonder if we will become wayfarers. Uh-huh. Do you think that's why Sedgwick took us? I don't know. Probably. His eyes narrow and he prods you with a foot. Come on, you must think something. I said I don't know. Aaron pales. He draws back, scooting across the floor and into a corner of the cart. Okay, he says, and falls silent. He stares at the swinging lantern above and avoids looking at you. Okay, this is hurting actually. Anytime we try to be a little less than open to him, we end up hurting him, and I don't like that. I actually want to be friends with this dude, so I think from now on, I'm just going to choose the options that are best when I'm around him, like the options that are most open. And also, this guy is turning out to be more like me by the day, or by the second. Okay, I'll admit that I don't have magic. We can be friends. I don't think he's hateful. I mean, he's very open and, I can match vibes. That's what you should do. Ah, yes. You smile back. I like that. I don't have magic. Your heart pounds in your chest as you wait for a reply. Aaron looks away, hugging his knees even closer to his chest. He doesn't say anything for a long time. The silence is unbearable. Me neither. His words hit you hard. You look at him, eyes wide, and see him smiling. You smile back. Now you better be telling the truth right now. Because I just decided to be very open with this guy because he's a very lovely guy, I think. He gives me the impression of he has a very open vibe, basically. And I like open people. You can be open with them. I want to be friends with this guy, for real. We must be best friends with him. The cart dips its wheels, rolling through a rut in the road. You lurch forward, knees banging against the floor. Your hand jerks out and grabs the edge of the cart, and you catch yourself before you can fall flat on your face. Your teeth are rattled, your knees bruised. You're getting very tired of traveling. And very tired of this cart. You cast an eye at Aaron, but he seems relatively unruffled. He's on his knees, hands planted in front of him, and stares out the back of the cart, mouth agape. He sniffs and absently rubs his nose with the back of his hand. Look, he says. You look at the back of the cart. What? You blink, falling silent. You crawl forward, shimmering to the back to get a better look. A curtain of light surges through the night sky in a flickering dance. It shimmers, its green glow rolling and swirling through the stars. You can't see where it begins or ends. You watch, open-mouthed, as the lights dance, their celestial dance. What is that, you ask? The southern lights, Aaron replies, scooting up beside you. You can't usually see them from Teridia, but I've heard travelers talk about them. You gape, awestruck. The Maysandium says they are a blessing from the Hexathian circle. Sounds like that. That they favor all who travel beneath the light to source's end, whatever that means. He rests his hand on the lip of the cart and sticks his head out from under the canvas canopy. My foster father always said that was bullshit. Oh dear. The lights are natural, not magical, though I didn't want to explain how he knew that. I also know that the lights are natural, because like in Canada, I've never been to Canada, but I've heard about this light in Canada that appear naturally. Something about, okay, I forgot my science lesson. It's something about some shift in the airways that causes, like how there's shift in the earth that causes earthquakes. There's a shift in the airways that causes the lights, but I don't really remember how it happens. You knew of the Maysandium. It is the faith of many of the cities along the coast. Sathir, like most Racanian countries, worship the Hexate, but deep in the desert, their influence is not as strong. Your people remember something older, something far less tangible. Perhaps that is why your family, while reserved, never shamed you for your lack of magic. You shouldn't say a bad word like that. Oh, nice. I like this dude. Let him continue. Okay, I think I'm going to first off delete the old save. delete this, then save here. Okay, let him continue. Aaron exhales a long breath. You watch the mist rise into the cold air in the lantern light. I don't know, he adds after a moment. I like the idea that something like that doesn't need magic to be, well, powerful. You sit back on your heels, knees folded beneath you. The light swirls above and a patch of violet ripples to the green. Yeah, you whisper, I like that. Together you cling to the back of the cart and watch the lights dance. They roam the night sky, their patterns unpredictable. You try to guess where they will move next, pointing at different spots in the sky, but you always guess wrong. Aaron laughs, muffling the sound by pressing a hand over his mouth. You can't help the grin that spreads from ear to ear. Okay, continue. Okay, now I actually wanted to choose option 1. Okay, I'm the type of person that always saves. I actually wanted to choose option 1, so I'm going to load that. Yeah, I'm going to chastise him for using bad words. You shouldn't say a bad word like that. I mean, even if your father says it, that doesn't mean you need to. He blinks. Like what? You drop your voice. If you said it at home, you certainly would have gotten in trouble, even though your parents and extended family cursed all the time. It wasn't really fair, was it? The word that ends with it. Bullshit. The word that ends in it. He snorts and gives you a look. Bullshit? Senric doesn't mind. Senric swears all the time, haven't you noticed? Has he paid that close attention to your cranky guardian in only a day, or is there something else here? He almost sounds like he knows Senric, though you don't know how that's possible. I've noticed, you say. So why does it matter? He shrugs. Oh my god. Okay, so he repeats the word a couple of times. He says it and you say it, and then you grin. He grins back at you. Your voices rise in a chorus. Oh, I like that. I like it. Yes, I like it. We are becoming fast friends. I like this. And then you start singing. Wait, let me try to sing. I actually can't say this. Okay. Hey, Senric's voice billows from the front. I can hear you not sleeping. Go to bed. You press a hand to your mouth, stifling a giggle as you and Aaron burst into silent laughter. There will be no sleeping now. You can't imagine closing your eyes when you're having this much fun. At last, your laughter quiets down and you settle into comfortable positions, watching your breath rise in the air. I don't know, Aaron continues after a moment, but I like the idea that something doesn't need magic to be, well, powerful. And then the same thing as before happens again. But this time we have more compatibility. Compatibility, you say? Should I say compatibility? Camaraderie. Whatever that thing is. Okay, so now this is where we get the important part. The oxen bray in distress as the cart abruptly jolts to a stop. Stenrick mutters inaudibly, calming them. Aaron shoots you a puzzled look. What's going on? He mouths. You spread your hands and shake your head. Should we take a look? He adds. Now, I've always noticed that option 1 is an option that brings us closer together and is a friendlier option. Option 2 is like a more reserved, more cold option. So from now on, I'm going to choose option 1 every single time, because that's the more adventurous option. It also gives a lot more content. Let's just say that. It gives a lot more content. Okay. In our response to him asking if we should go out. Yeah, you whisper. You heave yourself over the edge of the cart and drop onto the road. Frozen mud crunches beneath your feet as you land on the path. Aaron follows, keeping close. Turn back, traveler, a voice yells. The road ahead is closed. Closed, Senric growls. You can't close the road. It's closed. Turn back. Oh, for the love of. Listen, I don't know what you've been told, but some